Hello and welcome. This is Freewill Tarot. This reading is going to be for the sign of Gemini. Hello, Gemini. Hi, Gemini. You got 3 messages off top, so I'm going to read them to you, okay? If I can pick up the cards. First one, Gemini. Let's get serious now. You have courage, okay? It says, fear is a natural part of growth. Bold action leads to powerful breakthroughs. Okay? Step outside your comfort zone today. Act despite fear. I'm going to read this again because I feel this is important. It says courage. Fear is a natural part of growth. Bold action leads to powerful breakthroughs. Step outside your comfort zone today. Act despite fear. So some of you could be been thinking about doing something, but you're afraid to do it. I think I did your reading a week ago and it was saying the same thing. I don't know. Go back and check it. But they're telling you that it's time for you to break free. So it's going to be different for you guys. It's whatever you feel it's time for you to release and break free of. The new year's here. So they're telling you, okay, have courage. And I think you got this one last week too. So I just flipped these cards out. I just did it again. So Spirit is telling you, you got this, I believe, last week. And it's the boldness card, okay, Gemini? It says boldness. So you got courage and boldness. Great achievements come from daring to take action. Step into your power fearlessly. Go back and check and see if I'm correct. But I do think you got this one last week. Make a bold move today. Take a leap you've been hesitating on. So you got courage and boldness. You also have inner restlessness may be preventing you from receiving insight. Slow down. Some of you could maybe been not sleeping well at night or not getting enough rest or feeling like, what I'm hearing. Feel like you gotta get, I feel like I heard you gotta get all this information. That's what I just heard in my head. Feeling like you might not be sleeping because you might be overloading yourself with information and feeling like you're trying to get information. I don't know. But it says inner restlessness may be preventing you from receiving insight. Slow down, So some of you maybe be too busy. Maybe you're doing too much. Maybe you're not being clear to hear yourself speak to you and tell you whatever it is you're trying to understand or figure out, okay? In the past here, we have temperance with the 2 of Wands. So again, temperance talks about balance and 2 of Wands talks about making a choice here. The 2 of Wands talks about being in a fork in the road, a crossroads, if you will. It's time to make a significant choice in your life of what direction you're going to take. Okay, that's in your past position. So we just entered the year of 2026, so that's recent here, so we could be discussing that. Okay, what's above you is the 5 of Wands and the Star card. So some of you, now this can go either way. Some of you could be having arguments or disagreements with other people, or have some kind of competition could be going around. But it's an opportunity to heal that because you have the Star card here, or you could be having arguments and disagreements with someone else, right? But it's an opportunity to heal that or to harmonize that energy. Others of you, if it's not that, it's internal conflict where you have been within yourself kind of going back and forth again about this decision or this fork in the road that it's time for you to make, that you maybe haven't taken or been avoiding taking, that's been causing you some kind of maybe internal conflict about what should you do or should you do it, when should you do it, how should you do it, or whatever it could be. It's just going to be in different life paths for all of you. Again, some of you, I said this before, some of you is going to be in job, some of you are going to be in relationship. A big number of you is going to be in job because you have the 8 of Pentacles here, right here in the center of the reading, and I'll get to that, and right here what's above you. So this internal conflict is going to be able to get, because Star represents harmony and renewal and blessings, right? And it heals. So the Star card heals. So it talks about healing that kind of internal conflict, right? Calming the waters, soothing you, right? If you have been having some kind of internal conflict. Now, some of you, like I said, you have the Eight of Pentacles with the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Pentacles is talking about a job, something you do for work or a project. See how the man is working on something. He's reading paperwork. He's got these pentacles. So it's something that you could have been working on, a job or a project, something you've been doing. Some of you could have been working on a project or are working on a project. And for others of you, this is talking about your job right now or what you do for a living. The Justice card is here with that as well. So let's say this. Let's say if it's a job that you're working on or you've been working at, Justice is here for you to finally make a decision here and to render the scales of justice. The Eight of Cups is with that, meaning it's time to walk away from something that no longer serves you. You have the Eight of Cups, is meaning walking away and letting go. And with that, you have the Strength card. And I do want to remind you, the Justice card and the Strength card are major arcana cards. So these are big energies from the universe. And Eight of Cups talks about walking away from things that no longer serve you. So some of you need to probably walk away from a job that doesn't make enough money for you or doesn't fulfill you in some way. Or it could be for something new. And Spirit's calling you to have strength. This is the Strength card. It talks about having strength to walk away from something that no longer serves you. Some of you is calling you to walk away from your job. You don't have to. I'm not telling you to do that. You have free will. I'm just telling you what the cards are saying here, what I'm looking at, okay? Some of you already know this. Some of you have already been thinking about walking away from a job or leaving a job and going to somewhere new. You might just haven't. That could be where the internal conflict is coming from, where you're just not sure if it's the right time or if you should, but you do have the Wheel of Fortune. So yeah, it is the right time. Okay. And below you, you have the Fool, meaning taking a leap of faith in the unknown, going in a whole new path. Some of you, it says Seven of Pentacles clarifies that Fool. So some of you could be looking at resources, because Seven of Pentacles represents resources. So looking at what you have, everything. You see how she's pregnant. You know, she's pregnant right now, and they're looking at their finances and their resources and making sure they have everything they need before their baby arrives, right? Before this new thing starts. So some of you could be looking at your resources and looking at your finances and your money before you take a leap of faith in a different direction, before maybe you start a new job or a new project or go in a different direction or leave a job for something new. But some of you are just, or you could just be looking at your finances in general and saying, how much do you have? What do you need? What do you have to do something? Okay. Again, you showing up in your own reading, Gemini, because this is you, the King of Swords here in your future card, and here's your Lovers. This is you too. So they're clarifying you. You know, Spirit is, they're very cheeky. You see that they're showing you up in your own reading. So here's the Gemini card as well with the King of Swords, which is you. And some of you could be dealing with another air sign. We have Libra here, Aquarius. You have Aquarius here twice with the Fool. So you have Aquarius, Libra, another Gemini, and Aries here for some of you. A fire sign could be here as well, okay? Anyway, so it's a choice, again, that needs to be made. A choice that you personally need to make, Gemini. That's what they're saying, you, okay? And the advice they're giving you, or what they're saying you're doing, a mature leader balances feelings and intellect, maintaining grace in the face of turbulence. It says wise counsel, diplomacy, okay, and it also has making plans. So some of you, again, there's that Two of Wands again. You see you have the Two of Wands twice. I'm not making this up. Here we go again. And they're saying, should you stay with the security of the familiar or venture out into the unknown? It says, leave home, taking risk, explore. Okay, that's your advice here. You have free will. You can do what you want. Clarity here. You have the Ace of Swords. So it's like gaining clarity and truth. Being honest with yourself. This is really being brutally honest with yourself about what it is that you want to do. Getting clarity is also here. Because once you're honest with yourself, you can get clarity, right? Ten of Wands talks about responsibilities and being overwhelmed with responsibilities, or kind of being at the 10. So the 10, again, you have the 10 here is talking about endings. Five of Cups, but a lot of you are worried about what you're going to be giving up, with this Five of Cups. Five of Cups talks about looking at everything that you could be losing in order to go down this new path or this new things. It's got some kind of sadness to it too. If it's not sadness, it could be just a little bit of worry or depressed, a little grief. Maybe looking at things. I heard when I was looking at this, it said looking at things half empty instead of half full. Okay, was what I heard in my head for you. And so you could be looking at things that you feel like you're going to be losing instead of things that you're going to be gaining, or what still remains, or what you can still have, or what you can still obtain. But you're focused on what you could be possibly losing instead of gaining here, okay? That's for some of you. You showing up again, so this is you. The Magician card in Tarot for me is Gemini. So Gemini, you are the Magician in Tarot. And they're calling you out 3 times in this reading, Gemini. And they're telling you with the Magician, you have the power to create your own world here. The Magician is the alchemist, okay? He's the creator. He has everything within him to create what it is that he wants for himself. And then with the Emperor, meaning, again, telling you to take control here of your own future, your destiny, and what you want. The only thing that they ask, and I would read that to you while you do this, is to do it with maturity. And then it said here you have the 10 of, so you have 10 of Wands and 10 Swords, talking about an ending and a new beginning. So an ending to burdens, an ending to feeling betrayed, an ending to things that no longer serve you. And Queen of Wands again, and I think you got this again in your reading last week. You see this is a whole different deck. You can go back and look. Totally different deck. But same cards. The Queen of Wands talks about empowerment, okay? The woman, whether it's male or female, they believe in themselves. They believe what they can do. They take control and power in their own hands to live their destiny, to go after what they want. And they're very determined. They're bold. And they have courage to go after what they want. They're very passionate. They're very creative. And they rely on themselves to make sure they're very determined, okay? And so you ended off with that energy, okay? So I'm going to leave you with that, and then I got to go, okay? It says, a mature leader balances feelings and intellect, maintaining grace in the face of turbulence. So whatever you come your way, whatever you could be making plans on or worried about, I heard don't worry in my head, but just don't just look at the intellectual part of it. Look at it from the emotional part of it and balance those two out for yourself, okay? Quit looking at what you're afraid you're going to be giving up, and look at what you could be gaining as well here, okay? That's what I got for you, Gemini. Thank you for being here. Bye for now.